During the COVID-19 pandemic, the government of Bermuda's priority is the safety of all visitors and returning residents. To do this, the government has implemented a number of protocols that must be followed for the safety of all. Before leaving for Bermuda, 1. Residents and visitors must complete the Bermuda travel authorization process online. It costs $75, which covers COVID-19 testing while in Bermuda. 2. Each traveler must have a travel authorization, but for children 9 and younger, the cost is $30 because they do not have to test. Children 10 to 17 must receive parental consent to be tested. 3. Visitors must take a certified PCR COVID-19 test, ideally within 72 hours of departure, but no more than 7 days, and obtain a negative result. This applies to adults and children aged 10 and up. Children who are 9 years old and younger do not need the pre-departure test, but must quarantine with the adult they are traveling with. Residents are not required, but should have a pre-departure COVID-19 PCR test. If not, they must quarantine until receiving a negative Day 8 test result. Residents include work permit holders. A visitor should ensure they have health insurance that covers illness and injury outside of his or her home jurisdiction, including those related to a positive COVID-19 diagnosis while in Bermuda. You will be responsible for all health and accommodation costs if treatment and/or quarantine is required, including costs related to a positive COVID-19 diagnosis while in Bermuda. 6. Pack a thermometer. 7. Wear a face mask when traveling. 8. Practice physical distancing where possible. When you arrive in Bermuda, you will be asked to show a copy of your travel authorization, present a copy of the pre-departure PCR COVID-19 negative test result to health officers on request, undergo PCR COVID-19 testing at the Bermuda L.F. Wade International Airport. Those with a pre-departure PCR COVID-19 test will quarantine at home or at their accommodation until results are ready. Turnaround time between 12 to 24 hours in most cases when arrival happens during the day, but can take longer. This applies to adults and children ages 10 and up. Children less than 10 years old are exempt from the PCR COVID-19 test. Residents who do not have a pre-departure negative COVID-19 PCR test result must quarantine in their home until they receive a negative Day 8 test result. When leaving the airport, travelers must use taxis or have a resident pickup. The traveler should sit in the back and wear a mask. When enjoying Bermuda, all travelers, visitors, and residents must practice physical distancing, good hygiene, and mask wearing in all public places where there is close contact with others, including on all public transport, taxis, ferries, and buses. Monitor and record their health and take their temperature twice per day. Over 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit or 38 degrees Celsius, please contact the public health team on covid19surv@gov.bm. Get tested on Day 4, Day 8, and on Day 14. Results of the PCR COVID-19 test will be emailed to you. If at any point a traveler, resident, or visitor becomes COVID-19 positive, is a close contact of a positive person, is symptomatic, or if a traveler is clinically diagnosed at any point, they will be subject to public health, COVID-19 regulations, and will be isolated at their accommodation for up to 14 days. We look forward to welcoming you to Bermuda and thank you for complying with our health and safety protocols.